Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. In a small studio tucked away in the heart of London, cameras blinked sleepily in their sockets, waiting for action. Bright lights hung like curious stars, casting golden halos over the empty stage of the beloved quiz show, The Chase. But today, the atmosphere buzzed with more than just the usual production hum. It was charged with the energy of a secret that had stayed buried for years. Because, once upon a time, The Chase nearly took a very different path. Long before Bradley Walsh ever grinned his way into the hearts of millions, producers had another name at the top of their list, a bold, brash wild card, none other than Maurice Montague, a semi-retired magician-turned-television personality known more for pulling rabbits out of hats than trivia. Maurice had the charm, sure, the twinkle in the eye, the audience rapport, but what he didn't have was restraint. It all started on a rainy Tuesday in 2008. ITV executives were desperate to launch a quiz show that felt fresh, fast-paced, funny, but with high stakes. They wanted someone who could manage tension and comedy, someone with presence. Maurice's name was floated after a particularly dazzling guest appearance on a breakfast talk show where he'd guessed the host's birthdays using a deck of cards and a smirk. "We need someone unforgettable," said Charlotte Mayweather, the show's original executive producer. "Someone who can outshine even the chasers." Maurice walked into his first screen test wearing a velvet blazer covered in embroidered lightning bolts and a top hat he refused to remove. "It's my thinking cap," he told the crew with a wink. "Improves my IQ by at least 20 points." The chasers, Em, Mark, and Sean, stood silently backstage watching the mayhem unfold. "First question," the producer prompted nervously. Maurice twirled a silver cane, paused dramatically, and then launched into a monologue about the history of trivia, quoting Shakespeare and mispronouncing half the names. The contestants looked confused, the crew looked worried. When the correct answer was revealed, Maurice let out a dramatic gasp and produced a puff of glitter from his sleeve. "Wrong answer? Presto, disappearo," he said, and the poor contestant was temporarily blinded by a small flash bomb. He did have flair. After the taping, the room was divided. Some executives called it genius. Others muttered things like lawsuit and visual hazard. Bradley Walsh, at the time, was quietly waiting in the wings. A seasoned actor and comic, he had a gentler kind of charm. He knew how to guide tension with a soft laugh, how to poke fun without stepping on the moment. When he finally got his audition, he walked on stage, asked a few simple questions, and made the entire crew chuckle without a single puff of glitter. The decision became painfully obvious. "I guess the hat didn't work," Maurice had said with a shrug when they called him. He wasn't angry, just disappointed that television wasn't ready for magic anymore. Years passed. The Chase became a hit, and Bradley became the heart of it all. Viewers fell in love with his warmth, his laugh, and that look he gives the camera when a contestant gives a truly bizarre answer. But every once in a while during a long shoot, when things get too quiet, someone brings up the almost host, Maurice Montague, the man with the lightning blazer and the deck of cards, the host that might have made The Chase a magic show, quite literally. And in a dusty box deep in the ITV archives, there's one unaired pilot, never broadcast, where contestants vanish in smoke and trivia meets top hats. As for Maurice, he opened a magic-themed pub in Soho. Every Friday, during happy hour, he still shouts, "Wrong answer? Presto, disappearo," whenever someone spills their drink. The Chase was nearly something very different, and we're still not quite sure what we missed.